Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 29th, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Is it hot enough out there for you? Well, at least we're not the Pacific Northwest, so I guess we have that going for us. All right, let's get into today's news, shall we? Yesterday morning, under an absolutely brilliant and absolutely incredibly hot sun, the Guardians of the First Amendment Memorial was dedicated. About 500 people attended to hear from politicians, and I got to say I was a bit disappointed in that at times it really seemed more of a campaign stop or a campaign rally than anything else, so shame on you, politicians. But there were lots of dignitaries there. An incredible rendition of Change Is Gonna Come from Tony Spencer, families of those that we lost, a survivor, Rick Hutzel, the former editor of the Capitol, Laura Lippman, and David Simon. It was really quite a moving memorial, and it's a wonderful tribute to Wendy, Rob, Gerald, John, and Rebecca. Please make sure you stop by and visit and contemplate. It's right there on Compromise Street at Newman Street, right across the street from the Fleet Reserve Club. This is some good news. Governor Hogan announced another $25 million to help revitalize vacant storefronts across the state. Businesses that occupy a vacant storefront will be eligible for a subsidy of up to a year of $2,500 per month to cover rent, up to a maximum of $30,000, and up to $250,000 per year in tax rebates. The deal will run for 2 years in Tier 1 counties and 148 other opportunity zones throughout the state. Sounds like an outstanding program, but if my math is right, and I'm just looking at the rent subsidy, it probably only applies to about 800 businesses across the state. So to me, it sounds a little bit light, but hey, I ain't the governor. Do you love running on the yard at the Naval Academy? Do you miss it? Well, miss it no more. Beginning on Friday at 7:30 a.m., visitors will once again be allowed on the yard. The old rules still do apply. You still need proper ID, and you will be x-rayed and everything else before you enter. The bummer is that they are closing the gates for the fireworks, so there will be no public viewing from perhaps the best location in town. But the new plebes who do arrive today and tomorrow will have a great view if they behave. Oh, and we will be on the yard tomorrow bright and early for I-Day. It gets underway at about 6:15. So make sure you check out eyeonannapolis.net. We'll have some stuff going on Twitter as well, but we'll have all the scoop on the class of 2025 as they come into Annapolis. And save this date, Saturday, yes, Saturday, August 7th, for the 76th annual Crab Feast from the Annapolis Rotary. This year, they are still doing it as a to-go event called Crabs to Go, and mostly that's due to the amount of planning that goes into it. But this is the very first time it will be held on a Saturday. Usually it's a Friday night before Navy football's Fan Fest, but the Fan Fest is not happening this year again. So the Rotary grabbed that Saturday, figuring that more people are better prepared to make their own feast at home on a Saturday rather than on a Friday night, and the crabs will be a lot fresher. Orders can be made now, and raffle tickets can be purchased. I encourage you to do so. You can do that at AnnapolisRotary.org. That's where you want to go. And remember, this is money that is turned around so fast and really redistributed right here in our very own community. Hey, and as we start to wrap up, congrats to Karen, who scored a gift card to Mother's Peninsula Grill, and to Jen, who got one for Chesapeake Real Ale Brewery, and to Gary, who got a pair of box seats to any Bay Sox home game this season. They played along with our contest yesterday and listened to the local business spotlight and knew that Constance's last name was unusual and somewhat famous, with the last name of Polamalu. I know, a dirty word here in Annapolis, but hey. And finally, in a few hours, we're going to be sitting down with Mayor Buckley to offer him a bribe. No, we're not doing that. We're going to be talking to him about this weekend. Now, the city has really gone all out for the 4th of July, and we want to go crash City Hall and chat with them. So you want to stay tuned for a special podcast releasing a little bit later today or possibly early this evening. It depends on how my motivation game develops throughout the day, but you want to take a listen for that. All right, that is it for the news today. But first, a quick thank you to our sponsor for the Daily News Brief, Solar Energy Services up in Millersville, and to the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company. And also to Rehab to Perform, who will be opening up now at 1750 Forest Drive in the middle of July. They ran into some permitting issues with the city. Imagine that. Welcome to Annapolis. Nobody is shocked, but you definitely want to check them out. Alrighty, now you want to hang tight. George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather, and he will be here right after we hear from Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services, with your Clean Energy Minute. Does your home experience power outages? Or maybe you're concerned about energy resilience in general? If so, that's another great reason to consider clean, quiet solar-powered energy with battery backup. You may have heard residential solar adoption has rapidly increased during the pandemic for multiple reasons, and many homeowners like yourself are adding battery backup and electric vehicle charging to their solar projects. And with Maryland's residential energy storage income tax credit, along with the federal tax credit for batteries when paired with solar, the economics are quite compelling, and that secure feeling is even better. So whether you're looking for clean energy, energy resilience, or overall peace of mind with solar energy, we can help. To schedule a free solar design, call us today at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net. But hurry, sunshine's a-wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, June 29th. Yesterday brought the heat and humidity to the Annapolis region, and today and tomorrow will be virtual repeats with rain chances then going way up. Later in the weekend, look for hot highs today in the 90s with a chance of PM storms, though it should be nothing like it was 9 years ago today with temps in the low 100s and a super derecho moving through in the nighttime and overnight hours. More humid 90s tomorrow with a chance of PM storms before mid-80s to low 90s Thursday and Friday with an increase in rain chances followed by cooler temps in low to mid-80s for the July 4th holiday weekend, but with rain chances likely sticking around both days. So prepare now to possibly pack an umbrella or adjust plans with July 4th festivities over the weekend. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and use our website each day by visiting DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
Did you know that home values jumped over 10% on average in 2020? And we are expected to see more increases over the next 3 to 6 months. What's causing this rise in value? First, limited inventory. We have about 60% fewer homes on the market right now than we did the same time last year. Second, low interest rates. People can afford more home right now, and that is very appealing. Third, increased buyer demand. We literally have over 20 interested and qualified buyers waiting for the right home to come on the market, and we are not alone. If you were ever thinking of timing the market just right to get the highest price in recent history, your time has come. My team is available and ready. Give us a call today. We'll check your home's value and break neighborhood records.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Are you an active adult or competitive athlete dealing with an injury keeping you from being at your best? Then Rehab to Perform is here to get you back to your full potential. R2P is a unique fitness-focused physical therapy company with 4 locations in Maryland. More like a training room and a personal training studio than a medical facility. R2P offers physical therapy for lower back pain, overuse injuries, post-surgery, muscle pulls, chronic pain, and more. R2P also offers rehabilitation for concussions and mild traumatic brain injuries. To learn more, visit rehabtoperform.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.